Hello everyone. Today our topic is about atmospheric pressure. Atmospheric pressure. So what is atmospheric pressure? Atmospheric pressure is defined as the pressure due to weight of air is called atmospheric pressure. It's called atmospheric pressure. Or in simple words, we can say that pressure exerted due to weight of gaseous molecule. Pressure exerted due to weight or mass of air molecules on an object. This is called atmospheric pressure. Okay, so how we are going to find the formula, or how do we going to calculate the atmospheric pressure? If you remember that we have learned that pressure can be defined as force acting per unit area. This is called pressure. Okay, so what about atmospheric pressure? If you see that force over area is the formula for pressure, and its unit is Pascal. Okay, usually denoted in PA. So if we see, we know that formula for force, okay, is equal to ma. So what is going to act over here? Force is due to weight. So here the force is the weight of the air molecules acting per unit area. So here this force is actually weight of the molecules which is acting on an object. So this weight is equal to, we know that weight formula is equal to mass multiplied by gravitational acceleration. Is that right? So weight is equal to mg. Is that clear? So we are going to put the value of weight in this formula, in the formula of pressure. So pressure is equal to mg divided by area. Okay, so we know that mass. Now we know that how there is, from the definition of this formula, from this definition, that we know that pressure exerted due to weight of air molecules. Now definitely we know that the gases, they do occupy volume. Why? Because they have mass. Okay, so the mass, they do occupy volume. Now what is the mass? Now ratio of mass and volume, mass per unit volume, ratio mass per unit volume, this is density. Note by this letter rho. This is symbol for density. Okay, so what is density? Density is the mass per unit volume. Now why I'm saying this density? Because the gas molecule, whatever the gas molecule it is present, wherever the gas molecules are present, definitely it is mass, and this mass, it do occupies per any volume. So mass of this gaseous molecules per unit volume that it has occupied, this is called density. So mass is equal to density multiplied by volume. So instead of mass, we will put the value of mass in this equation. So pressure is equal to density multiplied by volume multiplied by g divided by area. Is that clear? So we know that in mathematics we also studied that volume of any object, it is equal to length multiplied by breadth multiplied by height. Okay, so or we can also say that volume of any object is equal to the area multiplied by height of any object. Is that clear? So V is equal to A multiplied by H. Okay, so instead of volume I will put A into H. So pressure is equal to density multiplied by area multiplied by height multiplied by G, gravitational acceleration, divided by A. A will cancel with each other, so pressure is equal to density multiplied by height multiplied by G. So this is the general formula for pressure. For which pressure? The atmospheric pressure, pressure of gas molecules. Is that clear? Now what about pressure of liquids? Okay, pressure of liquids, pressure of liquids is the same. Okay, so that is equal to, pressure is equal to rho multiplied by G multiplied by H. Okay, it is the same. Okay, now what happens that whenever inside the liquids, when we put something inside the liquid, we know that liquid is more denser. Liquid is more denser than gases. Okay, so it is more denser. So this liquid, which is more denser as compared to gases, definitely there an opposite force act on it. An opposite force act on this opposite force, which is opposite to which force? To the gravity, to the weight. To the weight, their opposite force acts to the weight of the object. This opposite force is called buoyant force. What is buoyant force? Buoyant force is the opposite force of weight, opposite force to the weight in any fluid. Okay, by fluid we mean air and liquids. Okay, so when we are finding the opposite, so why? Because here the gas particles or the liquid particles, it act opposite to the weight of, when something is immersed, when you put something in water, what happens? The water molecule will act as opposing something opposing to weight. Okay, so this buoyant force, when you put something in water, the weight will get decreased. Why? Because of the buoyant force. So this buoyant force is equal to, we know that what is the formula of force? That is, force is equal to ma. Okay, but here this weight, this buoyant force is equal to weight of the object. Okay, weight of the object. So buoyant force is equal to, what is the formula of weight? mg. Okay, and we know that what is m according to the mass density. We know that density is equal to mass per unit volume. So mass is equal to density multiplied by volume. So we will put the value of mass into this equation. So buoyant force is equal to density multiplied by volume multiplied by G. So this is the formula for buoyant force in liquid medium. Okay, according to this relation, what we conclude, what we learn, that whenever you put something in water, the weight of the object get decreased. Why get decreased? Because the value of G, it decreases. Let me write this for you, that whenever you put something, whenever you put an object in fluid, for example water, the object loses its weight. The object loses its weight. Why? Because the value of G by G means gravitational, but the value of G decreases in liquid medium. Is that clear? So this principle is called Archimedes principle. This principle is called Archimedes principle. Okay, this principle is called Archimedes principle. Archimedes was a very famous scientist, and he was from Greece. And he says that whenever we put something in water, the weight of the object, it decreases. Why it decreases? Because the water molecules in the fluid, it will act it will act opposite to the weight. So the water molecule will try to push the object in opposite direction, in upward direction, okay, opposite to the gravity. So something will opposite act against gravity. So this force which is acting against gravity, this is called buoyant force, and its formula is this. Okay, I hope that you have understood this topic.